Alright, number 3, we're going to graph the function, and then we're going to analyze and find a bunch of these things. So first, let's graph this function. First off, from left to right, we see a negative sign outside of our parent function, so that means we're going to reflect over the x. So first, let's put the parent function points, negative 2, negative 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2, 2. So first, we're reflecting over the x-axis, so my new points are going to be down here. Alright, so that's my first step. Then let's look inside, see what's next. We see a plus 4 on the inside of our function. Plus 4 is a horizontal movement because it's inside. And remember, horizontal movement is opposite of the sign. So if it's plus 4, we're moving left 4 spaces. So now my points are going to be all left 4 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4 over here, 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 and here. So now we're there. And then finally, we see outside of the function, we got minus 1, which tells us to move down 1 space, 1 unit. So boom, boom, boom. And here's my final function. So let's put this on the graph. What the heck was that? Ugh. It's a little off. And there we go. Okay, so now we got to analyze all these things. So first, domain. Domain is going to be the furthest left the graph goes, the furthest right. Notice there's no interval, so that means we're just looking at the whole graph. So on this graph, where's the furthest left it's going to go? That's negative infinity. You can't reach infinity, so we use a parentheses. What's the furthest right it's going to go? Never stops. It's got the arrow, so it's going to positive infinity. Okay, now for the range, it's the lowest point. Is there a lowest point? No, it goes down forever. We can see the arrow, so it's negative infinity. But what's the highest point of this graph? It's at negative 1 right there. Negative 1. So we're going to put negative 1, and then we're going to use a bracket because it actually touches the point at negative 4, negative 1. Alright, for the x-intercepts, where are the points that this graph crosses the x-intercept? It doesn't, so there's none. What about the y-intercept? We can see the y-intercept is right here at 0, negative 5. Remember, y-intercept is a point, so 0, negative 5. Alright. What about the minimum? The minimum is the point, the lowest point on the graph when we're talking about a y value. But is there a lowest point? No, it goes on forever, so which means there's none. You'd say negative infinity, but negative infinity is not a point, so you would just say none. What about the maximum, though? The maximum is just going to be negative 1. It's pretty much the highest point in your range. Alright? Now for the vertex is right here. It's the corner point, and that's at negative 4, negative 1. So that is my vertex, negative 4, negative 1. And then finally, the axis of symmetry is a line that cuts our image in mirror images in half perfectly, and that is going to be at x equals negative 4, because we can see, where's my ruler at? The halfway point that cuts my picture, the line that cuts my picture in half is right here, and this line is at x equals negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, and that's it for this one.